오렌지, 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 오렌지.
The views and opinions of this program are those of the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the Kingdom podcast. The show might include strong images and language that may not be suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
After 3 long years,
Welcome back, Commander.
here we are again.
Say what?
Again with the angst, the controversy, and wit that can withstand anything or anyone it's up against. Here to give you the scoop about K-pop and other crap you can think of, the prima donna of K-pop radio is back. Better, stronger, and well, he's still the rowdy asshole everyone expects him to be. Thy kingdom come! Welcome the evil stepchild of SLR the podcast, the Kingdom Podcast. And here he is, the man of the hour, the best among the rest, and your resident K-pop critic, the voice, DJ Yuki.
Hey, welcome back to the podcast. It is a Friday afternoon in the Philippines. It's the 11th of September 2020. This is Yuki. Welcome to the Kingdom Podcast, brought to you by Anchor.fm. You can like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and on Anchor at the Kingdom Pod PH. It's basically all in one name, so no more confusions with the underscores and the thes and everything in between. So again, welcome to the show. This is the second time I'm recording the show. I would have loved for everyone to hear what I recorded earlier today, but I was talking about it's very hot in the Philippines, and then sometimes you tend to hear lightning and stuff, and then the show was going on for like 10 minutes already, but then lights went out. So we had to re-record the entire show, and I am really ashamed of what happened. But nevertheless, we still are going to push through with our special guest today. Man, oh man. I recorded an episode with a Tumoon, and that Tumoon was super awesome. Her name was Lena. She was from Russia, and I'm recording this with another Tumoon. However, One Us won't be the main topic of the show, but basically we're going to talk about their brother group, One We. Although our guest today is also a Tumoon, we're just going to basically talk about how being a weave is and, everything about One We. And I'm really excited because I totally loved the guesting of Lena, and I totally love talking about One Us due to the fact that I think that they're a really awesome group, and I'm pretty sure that the group that we're going to talk about today, which is One We, ain't anything less than that. So please welcome on the show. You can follow our guest today at Chan_We_Us. Please welcome, this is Chan. How are you doing, Chan?
I'm good.
I want to apologize again. I mean, we're recording this all over again, so that totally sucks. But then again, I thank you very much for being such a trooper and doing this again. So let's get to know you a little bit more before we dive into the topics that we actually, set up. So I want to get to know you, Chan. So you started being a K-pop when? Being in K-pop when? Sorry.
I started being K-pop in 2009.
Who was the group that you stand back in 2009?
It was Big Bang.
Big Bang. Right.
Yeah.
You know how I love I don't normally talk to people that started
Yeah.
K-pop in the same year that I did because I started in 2009 with Girls' Generation.
Oh.
Yeah, I was in the middle of G and then before Genie. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of like in that middle. So it's more of like 2009 since Genie I think released in 2010. Um and there's none of us left. And I'm repeating this because we talked about this earlier, but then the recording shit happened. So there's not a lot of us left. Truth be told, there's really just none of us left in that said era where we started because most of us are probably married, have kids, have a family, there's a job, and there's probably not much of us left. But I'm really just happy because it's so seldom that I get to talk to someone that may or may have that kind of shared belief with me because technically right now, Chan, we're kind of fossils, in the community. We've been following K-pop for 11 years already.
11
So
years.
that's nuts, right? I mean, I'm just really happy. Thank you very much for guesting here. I want to ask you before we dive into the topic. So how did you become a weave? How did it happen?
I actually discovered them through an interview on YouTube, and I checked out their music, and they were fun. So I decided to become a fan after that.
That's cool. That's very generic, or rather
Yeah.
organic, if you think about
Yeah.
it. So you were just on YouTube, browsing through whatever you were browsing at the time, and then you stumbled upon a video of one Wii, right?
They were mass before.
What do you mean? Sorry, can you repeat that?
It was before they changed their name.
Oh, right,
were
right.
masks.
They were masks. Yeah. I did the research. So, yeah, they were masks before, and then they changed their name.
Yeah,
So, even before they became One Wii, you were already following them.
kind of. I am.
Yeah, you're kind of like a fossil in the fandom still, as well, right?
Yeah.
If we think about it, you're kind of like old in the fandom as well. So, with 5,000 followers on Twitter, do you really exchange with a lot of them or just with basically your mutuals?
All of them really can't everyone as mutuals or anything. I just talk to everyone.
Oh, you
Everyone
just
are
talk
my
to
friends.
everyone. Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. I mean, that's a
Yeah.
good way of trying to deal with things like that, especially with this amount of followers. 5,000 is not a lot if you think about it. That's basically 5,000 souls that's following you on Twitter. So it really does mean something. So, I mean, that's super cool. So when did it start? When you created the Twitter account. I see that you just joined last year. That's nuts.
Yeah.
So when did it start like going up? What happened? What was the turning point?
I don't know. Actually, I just try to become more updated. So
No way, really? Oh shit, I don't believe that. Really? You just updated and then you tweet about them and then the followers happen?
yeah, something like that. I don't know.
Oh shit, I would love for that something to happen to me. I mean, I've been on Twitter for fucking years now.
Oh, good.
I'm on my 7th year. I'm not even at the quarter of the amount that you have right now. So,
Oh.
you're probably doing something good. This is the thing about Twitter, right?
Yeah.
I feel like you're gonna have more followers, of course, if you're that, because I'm looking at your Twitter feed and you tweet really, really tamely and really, really good. Good in a way that, good by heart. Like, you're not really bombarding everyone with criticisms and etc., that criticisms in the sense that people may think that it's negative, but in truth be positive, right? So I don't see you doing anything like that. So probably, if you're it happens in real life as well. If you're a good person, they tend to follow you and stuff. So I'm pretty probably the reason why I don't get that much followers is because I'm very critical with the people I follow. So I gotta start being tame and good. I mean, let's try and make Chan a living example of how to be on Twitter. You just joined a year ago and you got 5,000 followers. That's insane.
Thank you.
That's insane. And we're going to dive into more of that later on as we talk about 1We and a little bit of 1Us since you're also a Tamoon. I would have loved for you and Lena to be on one episode, but I think 1Us and 1We deserves 2 different episodes. So because we already talked about 1Us, we're just going to talk about 1Us a little bit before we start with our 1We topics, which is basically the main topic of the show today. So before we get to our first commercial break, let's talk about a little bit of 1Us before we go. So I know you're also a Tamoon. I gotta say, 1Us is awesome. Let me just say that.
They are.
1Us is awesome. 1Us are very chiseled men, and I like them.
Yeah.
Chiseled, like, you know how chiseled Eric is from The Little Mermaid.
Oh my god. Yeah, I know.
They're like 6 Erics. I like 1Us.
Yes.
Yeah, they're like 6 Erics, and then they're super cool. If I was talking to Lena, the guest that we had, who's the Tamoon. I was telling Lena, a lot of people get my attention, but Raven tends to get most of it for me. Okay, I want to ask you, Chan, who's your bias in 1Us? Do you have one?
Ido.
Oh, okay, Ido. Oh, right. Yeah. 1 second. Let me refresh my memory on what they look like. Ido. Oh, yeah, Ido. That's the guy I was talking about where, you know how in groups you're always confused with what they look like? I feel like Ido is the guy that I will never confuse anyone with because his features are really distinct. There's really just that, they're brother groups, right? 1Us and 1We, they're brother groups. They're in the same company, and I tend to always, I want to support the Hubes of basically my ultimate group right now, who's Mamamoo. Mamamoo being the seniors of 1Us and 1We, and now Purple Kiss, being there on the table now. So I want to have this kind of movement where to help out the Hubes of Mamamoo, I really want to, guess the people that are really prominent in the fandom to talk about them because I want to get to know them too.
Yeah.
Because I've gotten to know 1Us and they're cool. They're awesome. And now this is the point where I want to talk about 1We because as a musician, I play in a band too. I'm currently in a band right now. So, it piques my interest whenever there's a band or a new band in mainstream K-pop because I only know of three bands in the K-pop, industry. One would be here, 1We. The second one would be Hyoko, who's kind of like an underground band at the time and then got a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Appearances or exposure. There, got a lot of exposure after their Infinite Challenge gig, and then of course, probably the best, band still of our generation, Husi and Blue, as far as success is, concerned. But then, of course, it piques my interest because we not only are the Hubes of Mamamoo, but at the same time, they're a band. So I want to get to know their music. I want to get to know who they are. That's why we have Chan here. And again, you can follow Chan on Twitter at Chan_weus. And we'll get to our first topic right after our commercial break. So do not go away.
Hey everyone, this is Mo Twister, and you're listening to the Kingdom Podcast with the voice DJ Yuki.
What's up, simps? How many of you guys use Spotify as your main music or podcast player? On Spotify, you can listen to all your favorite songs or shows, this show included, and choose over a variety of artists and podcasters for your listening pleasure. So don't forget to download Spotify on your smartphones, and in the process, follow me on social media so that you'll know when the Kingdom Podcast will be on air. That's Yukmeister on Twitter and Instagram. See you there.
Hello, Radish Farm. Welcome to Mamamoo Central, where myself and a possible Moo Moo star guest talk everything Mamamoo. Want the tea? We got you. Want a song review? No problem. Want to just freak about your best girl? Go nuts. Be sure to follow my Twitter at WhatARadRadish to get the latest and greatest from yours truly, while also updates about when I upload. Well, let's get on to today's topic. See you around!
Hey podcasters! Podcasting has become a staple when it comes to new things to try, especially here in the Philippines. Check all of them out on your podcast players like Spotify or Apple Podcasts. We also hope you can donate to the show for as low as 99 cents via our Anchor account. You can go to anchor.fm/thekingdompodph/support. We want to get as much content out there as possible, and a small amount like this would definitely help us out to keep the show going. Thanks for listening to the podcast. Now let's get back to the show.
You are listening to the Kingdom Podcast. All our episodes are available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and on Anchor.fm. Your weekly dose of K-pop is now back.
Welcome back to the podcast. You can donate, again, I just want to say, you can donate as low as 99 cents via our Anchor account. So you can go to anchor.fm/thekingdompodph/support. It'll really help us to keep the show going. So please, if you've got spare change, donate to us. It'll really help us and the podcast moving forward. So we got Chan here. Chan, you there?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Alrighty. So we still got Chan here. You can follow Chan on Twitter at Chan_weus. Chan is a big to Moon as well, but One Us is not the main topic tonight. It's going to be fucking One We. I'm really excited. Because I'm in a band and I want to get to the music stand, like the music side of One We, because they're in a band. So I'm looking. I was looking through a lot of videos on YouTube and stuff. And I listened to a lot of their songs. Of course, I know their feature song, right, with Wasa. So Q was awesome. I just gotta say, they're a humongously talented group of people. I saw their guitarist, play, and he was doing the tappings and I mean, dude, that's insane. I want to get to know the music because I know you started standing them because you saw this video on YouTube and then they were super fun, and then you listen to the music. What draw you, or what drew you into standing One We? What was the song that you heard that basically told you like, okay, this is a really good group. I'm gonna follow this group.
It was feeling good, actually, feeling good.
Oh, I was feeling good.
The one that Rado said,
Yeah,
when
yeah.
I
Okay.
just listened to Younghoon voice and it was good, so I stand them.
Yeah, I mean, their vocalist is really good when it comes to singing. I mean, and it's very difficult to. I mean, if you think about it, bands normally have really good vocalists.
Yeah.
Of course, I only know of 3, but there's still no fail there because
Yeah.
the vocals of all of the bands I know, probably what draws me into them, besides the instrumentals of the of the songs and whatnot, because of course they're a band, they should be good in playing, right?
Yeah.
But the vocals are superb, and I feel that bands, of course, besides promoting the sort of music that you're not really that used to when it comes to mainstream K-pop, because of course when you think about it, we're more used to sounds that probably One Us would produce, because they're a boy group that that dances and stuff, and they're just very two different groups with almost similar names.
Yeah.
But two very different colors. And I was listening to the songs. I was listening to what One We gave us with Wasa, which is Q, and that was good. I mean, I don't normally have a sort of preference when it comes to music. And it's weird that they went from this genre to like punk rock, right? I mean, there's a drastic difference when it comes to the genres, which I want to talk about with Chan over here, because I want to get to the bottom of this, Chan. I mean, what was your reaction when, because we're not really used to genre changes, or we're used to genre changes in K-pop, like mainstream K-pop, but then bands, to be honest, that's a death sentence. As a part of a band myself, if you change your genre to, for example, freaking punk rock, to do mainstream pop as a band, that's scary for us in the industry, because I've been doing this band shit for 10 plus years now, and throughout the years that I've been in a band, I've been playing in a band and singing in the band, I mean, if we change our image and our genre, I feel like that's a death sentence, especially in the Philippines, where if you're if you have this certain image, then that's it.
Oh, yeah.
I want to ask you, do you think it affects the group's image whenever they change the genres? Since, of course, I feel like the instruments of the band, what they use, is basically another vital member of the group. If we think about it, One We, consists of these awesome, group of people.
Yeah.
These 5 people, but if you think about it, there's actually 6 members. The 6th member being, what they're holding, the instrument. So, what do you think? Is it like, does it affect their image in any way?
The band themselves actually said one of their strengths is they aren't leaning towards any particular genre.
Yeah.
That's what they said, yeah. So they are open to any genre, and they might be so diverse in their music genre, but their colors is just one way. Yeah. Each member has
Mm-hmm.
their own distinct style, but you can tell this one made by this member, this song is made by this member, because each member has their own style and something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
they basically have their own color.
yeah, they have their own color, and they actually a group that doesn't
Yep, you were saying?
leans toward
Mhm.
particular genre. They don't have one genre. They don't focus on rock only. They can change to jazz too. They can to EDM too, like End of Spring,
Right.
something like.
I mean, there's always that kind of diversity, right?
Yeah,
It's just that for bands, when it comes to bands, it's not that common since we're always used to groups changing their concept every single comeback. That's very prominent in the K-pop community. It's just that I felt like bands, if they do that, that's scary. But if you
yeah,
think about it, it helps them show everyone that they're a diverse set of people that
yeah,
merge together in one group that can deliver you techno or pop or rock or R&B and whatnot because they technically can. They're very talented and they can definitely pull that off. I mean, if you think about that, yeah, that's a good way of looking into it. I guess in the K-pop community compared to other pop communities, they're
yeah,
not, solely dependent on genres,
yeah.
which is
They
not
don't.
a bad thing
Yeah,
because I rock it out on stage and whatnot, but sometimes, you want to sing that pop song. But
yeah,
then
yeah,
if you do that here, it's like, huh? What? What are you doing? We're not used to you doing that. I mean, that's insane. So I guess that's a good thing. Yeah, if I think about it now, and if we shed light to the diversity that each of the members have,
yeah,
technically, and they're very talented people. So I'm happy with if ever that they change to another genre on their comeback, since of course they can pull it off.
yes.
And they're talented people, I gotta say. I mean, I don't say that to a lot of groups, to be honest. I don't say that to a lot of groups. I'm a K-pop fan. I follow a lot of groups, but I'm very technical with the groups I follow.
Yeah,
Sometimes I criticize the people that I follow since I feel like they can do better.
oh yeah,
But yeah, that's why I don't get followers on Twitter.
oh my god.
That's why people say that, yeah, fuck you, you don't know shit. But then,
Oh my god.
yeah. Oh man, you should see me on Twitter. I mean, people tend to, they follow me because I'm very blunt, but then people unfollow me because I'm very blunt. It's like a yin and yang kind of
Yes.
bullshit. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, if you think about it like that, they're very diverse. That's awesome because they're very talented and they can pull that off. So musically, I got no problem, but I just wanted to hear it from Chan, who's of course a weave. I want to ask Chan, what you guys think about that. I'm pronouncing the fandom name right?
Yeah.
It's weave. Okay.
Weave.
All right. Okay. I'm just making sure here. I'm a newbie here. So
Oh yeah.
so yeah, the guest, the Lena, our guest with One Us, she called me a baby to moon.
Oh my god.
So
It's
I'm
cute.
yeah, I'm like a baby to moon now. I want to graduate to like a kid to moon later on. So after this podcast episode, I'm gonna be kind of like a baby weave as well. So yeah, that's super cool. Anywho's, I want to ask you, what's the most unbelievable thing you've done for 1We? What did you do? Like, did you participate in any fan events, or what kind of support? Like the biggest amount of support that you've done for 1We?
I can say it's the biggest. Actually, I just do what fan actually usually does, just like bump their stuff, listen to their music, stream their MPs, things like that. And sometimes I write them letters too.
Oh, that's
It's
awesome.
Yeah, it's actually pretty new to me because I'm actually not very expressive, and writing letter to a band is something I never expect to do before, something like that.
Can you imagine?
Uh,
Can you
yeah,
imagine, guys, to everyone listening in? Can you imagine Chan says that, you know, I'm not very expressive
yeah.
with 5,000 followers on Twitter.
Oh
Really?
no.
I mean, huh? What? I hope I'm not that expressive and get like 5,000 followers.
Oh
Fuck
my
you.
god.
I mean, dude,
Oh
that's a lot of followers.
yes.
If you think about it. So you write them letters. So you send it to them, and then what? Do you? So you know, of course, he sent it to RBW, right?
Oh no. Oh, through fan cafe
Oh
and things
shit!
like that. Oh,
Right? Yeah, that still exists.
it still exists.
Yeah, because that was a big thing when we started in K-pop, right?
Yeah.
2009, 2010, 2011, 12, 13. Fan cafes are like a big thing, but then, it just so happens that when the fourth gens debuted,
Yeah.
then it all went away. Twitter and Facebook and the V lives are the thing now. But then we have the fossils of K-pop like Chan here.
Oh my god.
He still goes to fan cafes.
I'm thinking it. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough, Chan. I mean, it shows. Our age is showing. Let's try and hide
Yeah.
that, Fuck. This,
Okay.
this sucks. So you go to fan cafes, you send them messages and stuff. That's it.
That's it. And participating.
Sorry?
Yep. Yeah, and participating in fan events.
Oh, okay, cool. So, just your usual fan.
Yeah, just usual fan.
Just your usual fan with just 5,000 followers,
Oh my god.
Usual fan. Sorry, I'm gonna say 5,000. Sorry, let me not discount the 445 others that follow you. It's 5,445. Just saying. I'm gonna keep on saying that just to remind you how big you are.
Okay.
Okay. So that was the topic there. We'll get to our last commercial break, and then when we come back, we'll have more of the show with Chan here. You can follow Chan on Twitter. It's at Chan_weus. We'll be right back after this. Don't go away.
Hey everyone, this is Mo Twister, and you're listening to the Kingdom Podcast with the voice DJ Yuki.
Hello, Radish Farm. Welcome to Mama Moo Central, where myself and a possible Moo Moo star guest talk everything Mama Moo. Want the tea? We got you. Want a song review? No problem. Want to just freak about your best girl? Go nuts. Be sure to follow my Twitter at WhatARadRadish to get the latest and greatest from yours truly, while also updates about when I upload. Well, let's get on to today's topic. See you around!
Hey podcasters! Podcasting has become a staple when it comes to new things to try, especially here in the Philippines. Check all of them out on your podcast players like Spotify or Apple Podcasts. We also hope you can donate to the show for as low as 99 cents via our Anchor account. You can go to anchor.fm/thekingdompodph/support. We want to get as much content out there as possible, and a small amount like this would definitely help us out to keep the show going. Thanks for listening to the podcast. Now let's get back to the show.
Hey, this is Jacques, aka Arcady Blog, and you're listening to the Kingdom Podcast with the voice DJ Yuki.
Hey, welcome back. You can like us on Facebook.com/TheKingdomPodPH. That also goes for our Twitter and Anchor account, so that's all in the same name, at The Kingdom Pod PH. And you can follow me on Twitter at Ukemeister, and for our guest here, Chan, you can follow Chan at Chan_weus. We're here to talk about 1We, who's
Yeah.
an awesome group in Korea. They're such a promising group if you think about it.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not sold into them not being up there, and it saddens me because I feel that they should. I think RBW's doing something okay towards One We and One Us, right?
Yeah.
I want to ask you as far as, but before we get to like the serious stuff, right? Let's get back to teasing Chan about 5.4 thousand followers. No, I'm kidding. So you started being a fan even way before they became One We, even in mass days,
Yeah.
right? So what was the video that you saw, and who did you see in there that actually felt that this is an awesome group, I'm gonna follow them? Who did you see? What did you see? Was it a song that you saw?
It's feeling good. It's feeling good.
Oh, so it's feeling good. That's the one that's the very first video that you saw.
Yeah, I saw.
Okay, so what about Feeling Good did you find cool?
I expect band to have rock music and something like that in Korea. And when I checked their music, it was so jazzy and it's good.
If you think about it, Feeling Good was kind of did have that kind of cartoony feel to it, right?
Yeah.
It's not really a serious music video, so it's cool to see them in this sort of funny cartoony way, mood.
Yeah.
Are they? Because I was looking at their videos, right? I'm not their music videos, but just their funny moments. They're a bit cartoony in real life.
Yeah. They are. They are.
You see this, like they're playing their music on like in the bathtub.
Yeah.
What's the name of their drummer? Sorry,
Harin.
Harin's kind of like playing with fucking toothbrushes. I mean, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. So they're all here. That's and I feel like jazz would speak to me. That's probably why. That's probably why I tend to like them, is because their genre is really diverse.
Yeah.
They can do anything. And because that's a common thing in K-pop, but not really common when it comes to bands. That's why I respect their musicality.
Yeah.
And they're still very young if you think about it,
Yeah.
right?
They're
They're really young and they have their whole careers ahead of them, and I'm really excited about how it's going to unfold for them.
yeah.
Hopefully RBW really does something good for them, since they're very promising. And
I hope.
sadly, of course, they're still not big in the K-pop scene. It's not really a household name as of yet, right?
Yeah.
So we're still trying. You guys, especially you guys are still trying to promote them so much. But I'm if I'm looking at the videos, they're getting decent amount of views. So let's not discount them for that. Their views are okay. Their music, of course, is heavenly to listen to. This guy's using a fucking five string bass guitar, which is totally super cool. More strings, more difficult, at least for bass, because
And
yep.
the bassist is actually left-handed, but they use the right hand bass.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
shit, really?
Yeah. The bassist actually
That
left-handed.
is fun. That's cool. Oh no. My respect just went
Yeah.
tenfold. Oh shit, you're right. Yeah, the pins of the guitar are
Yeah.
down. Holy fuck.
Hmm.
does he really play normally like that? Like 5 string,
Yeah.
like his bass is really just upside down all the time.
Yeah, like that.
Holy shit, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh nah, my respect just went like up so fucking. Nah, dude, that's OP. Fuck. Okay, I want to ask you, because we're of course we're hoping that RBW really does a good job with promoting not only one us but one we, of course, right?
Yeah.
So, as fans of both, but especially one we, since one we's the basically rookie of the two,
Yeah.
right? We in the community, of course, you've been a fan since 2009, so you know all the ups and downs of the K-pop industry.
Yeah.
And people nowadays, of course, lean on standing groups that are already famous, right?
Yeah, right.
And now, if now that I'm talking to you, of course, One Us and One We are your two old groups right now, right? They're basically the groups that you follow.
Yeah.
I want to ask you personally, what's the biggest frustration about not standing, a super awesome, up there, worldwide famous group? Because I'm really curious. I tend to lean on following the famous groups as well. I don't really follow up and comings. I always follow the Twice, the Blackpinks, the BTSs, the Big Bangs, SNSD s. So, what's the biggest frustration that you have?
When I start standing the group that doesn't get so many chance to promote themselves like on media or TV, it's just sad to see because they come out with really good music and I feel
Yeah.
like I want to promote them everywhere around it, but some people maybe don't even know who they are. Just like, do you know this group? And my friend will be like, who are they? Yeah, and something like that. It's just sad to see actually. Like
Yeah.
they have so much talent that need to be shown to the public, but they don't have any platform for it.
Right.
And TVs don't invite them to. It's pretty frustrating for me.
Yeah, and not even a little bit frustrating, because when I look at One We and just compare it to some of the groups that are really famous right now,
Yeah.
they deliver so much more. I mean,
Oh.
I don't want to name names,
Yeah.
Some of them are even the groups that I follow, and they're not producing really good songs compared to what one we had already been doing. It's a bit disheartening sometimes, right?
Yeah. It is.
But yeah, I get what you mean. I get what you mean, where of course One We, this ultra talented mega group,
Yeah.
delivering such good music,
Yeah.
aren't getting the attention that they solely so much deserve. So, it's horrible to think of. And I'm just here hoping that one way or another they would get the attention that they deserve. And I know that you guys are trying your best so hard every single day to make that happen.
Yeah.
And if you guys need help, please tell me if there's
Oh.
anything I can do here on the podcast, just so that we can get people to know of One We. Because guys, to everyone who listens to the podcast like on the weekly basis, try checking them out.
Yeah.
They're
Please.
a good group, and
Yeah.
I don't want to promote, I'm not one to promote groups, but check them out
Yeah.
because they're really cool. I can say that. And like their attitude off camera, not even off camera, just on the shows that they've been in, they're super funny. I gotta say.
They are. Oh,
They look like kids.
they are kids.
Yeah, well, kind of. Yeah, sure, fine.
Yeah.
They are kids. Sorry. Us 2009 peeps gotta stick
Yeah.
together. We're getting older. Fuck. So yeah, they are kids technically.
Yes,
So
yes,
I mean,
yes.
but kids that are so much talented than we are, multi-talented
Yeah.
people. So you gotta check them out. Check out their music. Check out how they project themselves on camera, and just check out their songs. I for one would like to say that they should check out End of Spring.
Yeah.
End of Spring is super good.
Yes.
And Q was good as well. I guess if I were to pick songs would be probably Feeling Good and then End of Spring and then Q. Just those probably are my top 3 without in any particular
Yeah.
order. So check them out as well. If you guys follow me on Twitter, and you like following me on Twitter maybe. So check out their songs. Check out those
Yeah.
songs. Feeling Good, Q, and then End of Spring. Those are really good. So I want to ask you, is there anything that you'd like to say to your fellow weaves that are listening right now on how you can continue supporting One We?
Um, just keep supporting them and their music, like what you always do, and tell everyone around you about them. And this is for the listeners, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you. One we are holding a concert on September 12th. And the name of the concert is Oh New Evolution. It's available on VLive. I hope everyone can buy the ticket and enjoy the high quality music there.
Oh shit, they're having a
Yeah,
concert.
they're having a concert, and we'll come out with a new song tomorrow.
Oh fuck. There's a
Yeah.
new song coming out
Yeah.
tomorrow?
Yeah.
Man, you should have started with that, Chan. I mean, you should have
Yeah.
started with that. I didn't
Yeah.
fucking know. I'm really sorry. We should have talked about their new song. I mean, do you have any idea on what, it sounds like? Has it been teased?
Yeah, it's been teased, and it will be performed for the first time on their concert tomorrow.
Oh shit, yeah,
Yeah.
oh man, I can't play it on air since it's gonna be copyrighted, but oh shit, I'm gonna watch this. This is so cool.
The song is really cool, and it's like rockish.
Yeah, it's kind of like punk rockish, right? I mean, yeah. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna check that out after this podcast episode. Fucking A.
Yes, please.
Right. So guys, check them out. Check them out
Yes.
on V Live soon. It'll be on when?
September 12th.
Shit, that's tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, guys, check them out. Buy the ticket, it's the least we can do to support One We. I want to thank everyone who's listening on this podcast episode. Please, let's continue supporting One We. I think they deserve every single bit of support that we can give them, since they're really providing us with such awesome music, awesome group, and yeah, just check them out. I guarantee you won't be disappointed, because they're just all over the place in all good ways. So check it out. You're not going to regret that. And I want to thank Chan for guesting here on the show. Thank you very much, Chan. Where can we find you? What are your socials? Contact number, address. No, I'm kidding. So where can we find you? On Twitter, Instagram, anything?
Just on Twitter.
Just on Twitter.
Yeah.
Okay. So again, you can follow Chan on Twitter. It's at Chan_Weas. Not only is Chan a weave, but Chan is also a Timoon. So, if you're both, oh well, you know what to do. Follow Chan on Twitter. You're not gonna be disappointed. I'm seeing Chan on Twitter. Chan's really funny.
Oh no.
And for someone who is quote unquote not talkative or not expressive, Chan tends to tweet a lot.
Oh, I just translate things.
Yeah,
I don't really tweet.
You tweet a lot.
Oh my god.
I see your tweets. So you're not going to be able to lie to me. Anyway, Chan, thank you very much for guesting on the show, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Alrighty, so that was the show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for listening to the Kingdom Podcast. This will be available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and wherever you listen to your, your podcast episodes. And again, you can like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and on Anchor, all in one name at the Kingdom Pod PH. Thank you very much, Chan. Alright, guys, I'll see you soon. Thank you very much for listening, and yeah. Bye.
Oh.
Stand one we. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
The Kingdom Podcast is executively produced by The Voice DJ Yuki and co-engineered by senior producer Jason Aguayo. Special thanks to the Kingdom Podcast creative team. You can like us on Facebook, Twitter, and Anchor at the Kingdom Pod PH. All episodes are available on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, and any other platforms you use to listen to podcasts. Thanks for listening and see you next time.